Hey, Loco Sports fans, welcome to a Saturday night special, Saturday night edition of the Loco Sports Lowdown. Last night it was AI. It was AI.
Not good.
Didn't pan out. There were the gremlin issues were abounding last night. I was up in Florence in a hotel room where, the Wi-Fi is always sketched, so
Well, I
I didn't
was
even
I
make an
was on the
effort.
call for a USVA baseball game. It didn't wrap up until around 11 at night
Right.
because of
Yeah, it was a crazy, crazy night, which is
Wild
kind of
night.
why we needed to do a show tonight because it was also a crazy day today. Just it's that crossover period where there is a lot going on the sports front, and so we got a lot to talk about tonight. As I said, I just got back from Florence from state wrestling. You can tell we had to coach a few matches today. Our boy got to the through the blood round and got to the medal round. So we'll talk about that in a little bit, but great day up in Florence for the Loco, 9 state champs, and we'll get into more detail here momentarily. But also lots of basketball on tap last night and tonight. Big win for Bluffton boys tonight. We'll talk about that.
Yes,
Marcus,
indeed.
you were over there.
I
Big
was
day at
there.
USCB, baseball, softball.
Yep.
Basketball. It was homecoming. All kinds of stuff going on. Senior night. So we'll talk about all that stuff. So a lot to go around. But how y'all boys doing?
I'm
Rolling.
not gonna lie, I'm kind of worn out and just getting just a little bit of rest after what has been a pretty busy week with crossover season full force and lots of USB baseball, softball, basketball, and as we speak, USC men's basketball with a big lead on Clayton State. They are looking to get closer to notching a top 4 seed, and I think if they win tonight, I'll have to check some of the other scores. But just looking at the other, I think Georgia College is right there. They have to. If I can find some other scores, I'll dig. We'll get into that later on. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, a great performance so far. The women got the win handily. Lydia Gattozi's senior night, where she had a big day, big evening of hoops for her. She was tremendous. And then the guys are with Kevon Price senior day.
Yep.
It's been a nice start for them, but I'm doing great. Just love this time of year. A lot going on, a lot to be keeping track of. Basketball playoffs, high school going on, wrestling. We got some state champs to talk about, but I'm hanging in there. I'm doing great. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to talk about several different big time events that went on today, and
Yeah, man.
trying to get some sleep as well because it's been I
Yeah.
haven't got much of it because I've just been going.
Yes,
going.
indeed.
I
Yeah.
feel that. I feel your pain there. Marcus, how you holding up over there, buddy?
Doing well. Actually had a few hours of kind of R&R this afternoon. We started our day with some church related stuff in Beaufort at the beautiful St. Peter's Catholic Church, and then was able to kind of chill for a little while. Got to listen to my Cleveland Guardians play Cincinnati, so that was nice.
Yeah,
And
spring training.
headed out
Baseball on the radio.
to Bluffton and saw another great game for the Bobcats, but more on that
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're going to start, well, first of all, with our sponsors, Mickelson Law Firm and WHHI TV, our presenting sponsors of the Loco Sports Lowdown and our all-star sponsors. Mickelson's been with us since the beginning, our original sponsor and our official real estate closing attorney, presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage, and the WHHI, of course, our longtime partner in local sports and our co-custodian of Marcus Walsh. And,
I like it.
yeah, we share custody. Yeah, many thanks to Mickelson Law Firm and WHHI TV for all their support. But we'll start with
Absolutely.
wrestling because highest stakes, right? State championships
Yep.
on the line this
Right.
week, and a bunch of them coming home to the Loco. Most notably, I would say is that May River, after winning the dual state championship last week or 2 weeks ago, repeated as the traditional state champion as well. The South Carolina Wrestling Coaches Association recognizes the traditional state champion, which would be team points scored in the state individual tournament. So we got 2 state champs technically, but both of them go to May River this year. And the Sharks had 5 state champs in total, because Vivian Ariola was the only Loco girls champ at 130. We had 2 others make the finals. Alicia Mullins from Beaufort. We thought her season might be over earlier this year when she had a knee injury. She was able to work her way back, didn't need surgery. Got to the finals by beating 2-time state champ last night in the semis, but couldn't get it done in the finals against a really tough girl from Conway who beat her last week as well. So Alicia, with the runner-up finish, she's got, I think, 3 of those in her career now, 1 in Michigan and 2 in South Carolina, but she's headed back to Michigan to wrestle in college. Michaela Hinchy, also a finalist, and she's young, just a freshman, I think.
Wow.
So she'll be back for much more. She got second at 155 and lost to a very good girl from Rock Hill. But then, in addition to Vivian, the Sharks also had 4 other champs on the boys' side. Stefano Calderon at 106. He's just a sophomore. Marcus Folk at 126. He's a senior, as is Thomas Bruff at 150 and Blake Butler at 157. So Sharks are sending off some really good ones there, but they got more coming up through the ranks. So they'll be reloading next year. But 4 state champs from May River boys and 1 from
And
the
of course,
girls.
the double. Yeah.
What's that?
And of course, the double in terms of the team state title. So
Yeah,
couldn't have
of
asked for
course.
much better of a year. Just
Oh, no.
incredible dynastic run continuing for Ashley Powell. Definitely as rest season has now come to a close, we'll definitely have to have him on next week or so to hear his thoughts on how the season has gone. But man, what a monster program that he has built here in the Lowcountry,
Yeah.
and all the congratulations to him and that group for putting wrestling not only in the map but becoming a power in 4A wrestling for sure. So
No
what a
doubt.
year for the Sharks, but also some other schools with some.
Yeah, and May River also had 2 third-place guys, Bryce Butler and Ryan Seaman, and then in 4th place was Sean Zadroga McNulty, who was the guy
Was
who
the
clinched
hero in the
the
dual
state title.
season.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then some other champs from the Loco. Bryce Stevenson from Hilton Head got his 2nd title. Colton Freeman from Beaufort got his technically 2nd. He won a Skiza when he was in 8th grade. Then he was injured his freshman year. Last year he got 2nd. This year he's a champ. Battery Creek with 2 champs, Theo Johnson at 120 and Nate Najjar at 150. Theo's a great story. I saw our old friend Coach Rutherford, formerly of Battery Creek, now at Waccamaw. And he was over there, kind of coaching and cheering for Theo because he coached him last 2 years. And he told me that Theo, he's a junior now, as a freshman, Theo went 6-36, and 4 of the
Wow.
6 were forfeits. He only won 2 actual matches. And then his sophomore year, he went 39-6 and made it to state. And this year, he went something in 4, a lot in 4, and won a state championship.
Tremendous,
So pretty incredible. And
Yeah,
I actually have some video here of Theo's celebration. Let me find it. It's pretty great. I did not, unfortunately, I cut my video off before it got to the really best part of his celebration, but still, Theo Johnson, after winning it at 120, he comes over here, spikes the headgear, he's fired up,
gives the
gets the hand raise, and then he's gonna go to coach. Oh, I didn't get him going to coach. I had him at coach at the very start right here. But unfortunately, what I didn't get was at the end. After that, he came over to coach and he gave coach a big hug, and then he lateral dropped him onto the mat.
That's fantastic.
Threw him feet in the air onto
hilarious.
the mat. It was awesome.
Wow.
I don't know if Nate also did that. Coach Mitch was probably ready for it if he tried it. But those are your 9 state champs: Calderon, Folk, Bruff, Butler, Stevenson, Freeman, Johnson, Najjar, and Uriola, all state champs. The other runners up from Bluffton, Andrew Lawson and Abraham Brown, both made it to the finals. Lawson just a freshman, so he's got a bright future ahead. And then some other placers. Bluffton finished third in the team standings in 4A, despite not having the champ, because the two runners up, and then Christian Vargas and Oscar Roman took third, and PJ Ventrone took fourth. Hilton Head also had Cole Sowers come through and get third at 138. He's a two-time placer now as a sophomore. I think Buford, just had the one. Just Freeman was able to place, and then Colleton County, Jordan LaPresta was able to pick up fourth place. Battery Creek had a good showing. They finished ninth overall, excuse me, in 3A. Mentioned the two champs. They were the only guys who placed for them. And then Bridges Prep in 2A, 1A, they ended up in 16th. Kevin Summers got fourth place. Whale Branch ended up in 18th with Javari Bartley taking fourth place, and Hardyville ended up in 22nd with David Talaferro taking fourth place, our freshman 113 pounder. It's just our second year as a program, so our first round of wins in the state tournament came this week, and David was able to grind his way out and get fourth place. Lost a tough match for third, but here we go. Here's David. Last few seconds, me and Coach Gearhart screaming at him. He's able to get this guy beat him in the first round yesterday. Tough match. David had to come all the way back. He had to win his first two. He had to win one yesterday and then his first two today to get another shot at this guy from Pelion. And he was able to win the rematch in an absolute dogfight in the blood round that got him into the third place round, and he was able to take fourth. So, awesome day. Great camaraderie with all of our awesome 2 days. It felt like a week with our, a lot of camaraderie with our wrestling friends from around the Loco and around the state, and always great to see all those people and some of our old friends, like Coach Rutherford. And I got to see Ryan Day today, a Loco legend back at Thomas Hayward. Marcus, you recall that name, Ryan Day? Did he come before your time?
Well, I've raised my eyebrows. I hear Ryan Day. I think, of course, of the Ohio
not
State
that
football
Ryan
coach.
Day.
Not that Ryan
No,
Day.
This Ryan Day was a star athlete at Thomas Hayward Academy, and his dad, Nathan Day, was a state champion wrestling coach at Battery Creek, and then then he left the Lowcountry, went up to Liberty High School, and he passed away from COVID during the first part of the pandemic. And but his family has established the Nate Day Scholarship that they award to a senior from South Carolina, a wrestler, every year. And so Ryan was there along with his mom, Kim, to present that. And I hadn't seen Ryan in years since I covered him as a high school football player. So it was great to reconnect with him. He remembered me immediately, introduced me to his wife, and that was really cool. Nathan Day was such a fixture in the wrestling community, not just in the Lowcountry, but throughout the state. And then, he went and coached up there. So he had roots on both ends of the wrestling of the state. A lot of guys have roots in the lower state or in the upper state, but he kind of crossed boundaries and knew everybody everywhere. And so it was pretty touching to have that moment. They have that before the finals, whenever all eyes are on everybody. They do the Hall of Fame inductions, and they do the Nate Day Scholarship. So they did it big for the finals, man. It was really cool.
It's awesome.
They had the light show going in the Florence Center, cold sparks as they announced them and walked them out. It was really cool.
To answer your question, that Ryan Day, no, but his dad a little bit, primarily via you, JJ, and also just doing some research, certainly with sports over there. So I knew of Nate a little bit.
10-4. Yeah, that's true. There's a good note from Jason Alfonso. It was announced in the program, the South Carolina Wrestling Coaches Association program. They polled all the wrestling coaches, and May River Shark Invitational was voted best hospitality room in the state. And
Nice.
they had a little ad in the program that said something about you may wonder how wrestling coaches choose what tournaments they're going to go to. You may think that they consider the competition, the travel, all this stuff. Nope. All that matters is the hospitality room. So yeah, they gave, I forgot who got honorable mention. I think Dutch Fork Silver Fox got the honorable mention, second place, but May River Shark Invitational #1.
As
Special
always,
shout
taking
out
the
to
top
the
spot.
taco salad with Doritos crumbled on top. That got special
Oh,
mention in the ad. But they always have good stuff. They had some, bro. They had some like breakfast sandwiches on little buns that I don't even
mhm.
know what all was in there, but they were amazing. And breakfast burritos,
Oh
like
yeah.
whole breakfast burritos.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely legit food. I get to take some credit because I spent like $30 on stuff to serve it on, like plates and forks and stuff. So I get to take some
There you
credit for
go.
it. But no, it was really cool. Awesome couple of days at the Florence Center, and a real shout out to the South Carolina Wrestling Coaches Association for upping the presentation on this thing in the last few years. It felt like a big time event. It was great to see the big time, the girls treated as big time too. And I think that's going to keep growing. And I think we'll see 2 classifications next year, which will be good for competitive balance. And but no, I love wrestling. I could go on about it all night, but let's shift gears, boys. Let's talk a little hoops because we had a bunch of playoff games starting last night. We had a few on tap. In the high school league, we only had one team get out, right? Last night? Oh no,
We had
2.
two, I believe,
Buford
Buford and Hampton
Buford
County.
girls. Yeah,
Buford
Buford
girls
girls
and
took
Hampton
care of
County boys.
business 70 to
70 to
57 against Bishop
57.
England.
Yep.
And the Hampton County boys smoked York Prep
Yes,
69-39.
Really
So
impressive.
they
Hampton
sure
County
did.
staying alive. Battery Creek bowed out. Fox Creek is they're a unit, and they took out Battery Creek
87-54 was the final there.
87-54. Yeah,
Saw that this
um,
afternoon.
but it was a pretty good. Well, I guess 2 of them
Up
lost. Patrick Henry and Carlton Prep both bowed out
building the
in the
prep
SCISA
girls.
playoffs, but Hilton Head Prep with the
Ooh.
upset. They were a 6 seed, beat the number 3 seed Calhoun Academy 44-40. So they play, I believe it's no, who
I
is it?
couldn't
I
find the
got it here.
girls' bracket
Monday
anywhere.
play
I looked on the SCISA site. I looked
Greenwood
on Twitter. I
Christian
looked
at
on
3:30.
I looked
Say
on the SCISA site. I looked on
I
Twitter. I looked
found
on
the
Facebook.
schedule
Couldn't
for
find the
Monday.
bracket
They
anywhere.
finally put it out.
Couldn't find the bracket anywhere.
Who's that again? JJ found it. Wes. Who's that again? We
Yeah,
couldn't hear you.
Hilton Head Prep plays Greenwood Christian at 3:30 Monday at
But I wish they
Sumter.
would put the actual
Okay.
bracket on the website. Like they
Yeah.
have the schedule,
Right.
but I want to see if like an
I
actual bracket.
I I hear you. I don't understand why
It
we
makes
can't
no
get
sense.
an actual bracket. They exist. I've seen people post pictures of them,
Yeah, I've seen
but
some on Twitter, but like the Prep Hoops Twitter page posted a few of them, the boys, but I haven't seen any girls, and I haven't seen them on Facebook. I haven't seen them on the actual SCISA website. I mean, it's got
I
to be
know
something that
it's getting ridiculous,
Yeah.
honestly. Like I don't understand why we can't just post the brackets.
I'll say this real quick about Hilton Head Prep. Good on them for getting that win. I tell
Heck
you what,
yeah.
I saw them for 2.5 quarters on Tuesday, and I wasn't exactly sure of their schedule going into that matchup with Palmetto Christian, but it took them about 3 quarters to really get it going because they ended up scoring a bunch after I left. Maybe it was me. um, it was a tough one on Tuesday night when I saw them, unfortunately. So good on them. And we talk about it all the time, just about all of these teams having some rough nights, but they're
new
able to
coaching staff.
get up and get after it in their next games.
But I'm
Johnny Campbell's doing a great job
really
for
impressed
sure.
by what Kate Pagan has done.
Oh yeah,
And then Sophie Moe, someone who has been underrated, but
she has been
she's
tremendous as
she's
well.
been great in the glass. She's been very much a contributor to that
She's
team.
been
So
cleaning it up.
yeah, really impressed by the rise of the Hilton Head Prep girls team, and to get a win like that, especially over a you're in a difficult 3A bracket, 44-40 pulling off the upset in a way, and that's fantastic to be able to play one more game, and you never know what can happen if you're able to continue to hit that higher gear out there. I'm impressed by the way they've turned on these last couple of games and
Right.
keeping it, turning into the playoffs and getting a nice playoff win. So congratulations to the Lady Dolphins. That's a program that I think is on the right trajectory. That's
For sure.
exciting to see.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean,
Absolutely.
there's opportunity there, like with Hilton Head Christian down right now.
Yep.
There's an opportunity for Prep to kind of make a move in girls basketball and kind of get on the come up. So we'll see what transpires. But that is Greenwood. I don't know how good Greenwood is. That might be semi-winnable game. We shall see. But other teams from the Loco in action on Monday. JP2 girls at 8 o'clock in the Wilson Hall A gym against Hammond, and then the JP2 boys against Heathwood at 6:30 in the Wilson Hall B gym, which I'm told the B gym is quite nicer than many main gyms. But still
Wow.
weird to me that we're playing playoff games and 3:30 in the afternoon
Yeah.
at places and auxiliary gyms at 6:30 in the evening. I don't know.
Yeah.
And we
Something's
don't have brackets. Brackets would be cool. So yeah, I guess that's what's happening with Skiza. Who won today in the
I have I have
Skiza?
most of the scores. We're missing a few, but
Oh yeah.
today's Giza action, Hilton Head Christian Academy. You mentioned, I think it's been there. They lost to Hammond 72-56. JP2 with a nice win over Porter Gowd. That Porter Gowd team, they may be down this year, but that's a storied program. They've had some great teams in the past over there at Porter Gowd. So that's pretty cool to see JP2 knock them off and end their season. And then on the 3A side, Hilton Head Prep falling to Spartanburg Christian, and then Thomas Hayward falling to Charleston Collegiate. We're still waiting on Beaufort Academy Faith Christian score. That was at the Sumter Civic Center night where that game was played. So we're still waiting for a score there. But JP2 marches on.
Somebody I'm sure will post it on this
Yep.
Facebook group.
Good to see JP2 get that win over Porter Gowd. That's like I said, a perennial strong program, and
yeah,
it goes to show how good that team has been this year in JP2.
Indeed. No, that's a good win for them. Anytime you beat Porter Gowd is pretty good.
Especially in basketball. I mean, like I said, they've had.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
In some sports, it might not be as big a deal, but although they're usually pretty good in about everything, honestly. But all right, I got so many tabs open here, boys. High school league basketball tonight. It was some boys, some girls, but I think we only had boys tonight. Wilson beat Hilton Head 69-59. Good
Very
showing.
valiant effort, though. Very valiant effort by the Seahawks.
Yeah, tough performance on the road from Hilton Head. But Wilson advances and will come to Bluffton next because the Bobcats
that'll be Tuesday.
61-45
There was
over
very
Darlington.
little drama in this one. It was pretty
not much.
Bluffton had this one pretty much all the way. There was no stress, very little stress in this one. They started off very strong early. They're up double digits, I believe, by the end of the first quarter. And
yeah, it was 18-7 at the end of one, and they just rolled. Harry Skinner, Ethan Foster, those guys primarily. Obviously, Isaiah Gadsden, Malcolm Gordon, Luke Cairns continues to play really well. Cordell Holly off the bench, I thought was absolutely outstanding.
He was electric. I really thought he made a big.
It is Skinner and Foster again leading the way. And if I had a third guy, I think I actually would give it to Cordell because he did some things that I hadn't quite seen out of him on the basketball floor.
That was the best game I've
he
seen
made
him
some
play.
deep shots too.
Yeah,
he's got a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, great to see.
Well, they need him. They need him to step up because with the LaRue kids out, they need another guy, and that's good. That's a good sign. I'm kind of bullish now. I know Wilson's real good.
Especially,
I know they are.
The way you see Hilton Head hung with Wilson, that was a 10-point game. You kind of see where I think this will be I think this will be a game. I think this one should be if Bluffton's able to play like they did tonight and hit some big shots and find some opportunities to thrive on offense and maybe get some turnovers and stops on D. I think it should be a bowl game for a shot at a trip to the lower state title game.
On the side of Darlington, real quick, before I add a final thought about that upcoming matchup that Bluffton has against Wilson, I was really impressed with a couple of guys on Darlington, specifically number one, Jaden McMillan. He was putting in bucket after bucket, matching Skinner and Foster shot for shot. He played a really well played game, leading his team as far as they could go, but just too much Bluffton as we talk about, game in and game out. They definitely have a bunch of guys that can do a bunch of things, and they're coached up hard, obviously, certainly by Bradley Gabriel and company. But remember this two guys who Bluffton lost to last year. It was Wilson at
Sure
home.
was.
So the teams may look different this year. We talk about Bluffton definitely looking a little bit different because of the roster going back to the Bluffton Classic. Things have changed. They changed a little bit early, but they've been riding the same guys, ever since the end of December into January. This team's going to be ready at home again to fire off on all cylinders. I really wish I could be there, but I don't think I'll have a chance to be.
Tuesday
I've got to
night.
be on the south end of, that'll be Tuesday night. I have to be at the south end of the island by about 7 o'clock, and I'm guessing the tip will probably be 6:30, 7 o'clock,
I
something
think
like
it could
that.
be, I remember once they get to the third round, they push it later from past years, so it could be around 7. We'll have to see what the time is.
It'd
But
be a
it'll
great
probably be
game.
somewhere around there. And I expect it to be a good game. Wilson,
Yeah.
they have some talent there, but you saw, there's matchups are so determinant on a lot of these games. So
Yep.
Yeah, I think the one thing that may be different with Hilton Head versus Bluffton matching up with them is Hilton Head's pretty long on the perimeter.
very true.
Tajay and Ketis are both, pretty long, tall guards. And so they maybe were able to match up a little bit better on the perimeter than Bluffton might, but that would be a negative view of things.
You bring up a good point with that, though, JJ, because Darlington was a little bit longer than I expected them to be matching up with Bluffton, and Bluffton just played much more physical than they did, and they manhandled them. So that may be a feather in Bluffton's cap, possibly against Wilson, again, being that it's a home game based off what happened roughly a year ago.
Should be a good one.
Going to be very interesting.
Should be worth the price of admission, regardless.
No doubt. Come on out,
to
folks.
see some really good ball players.
I'm looking forward to heading over there
an
on
amazing
on
environment.
Tuesday night.
And I was talking certainly with the folks after the game, and I said, chances are, I said, I wish I could be there. I don't think I'll be able to make it, but I have a feeling Wes will pop in.
Depends on how long USCB Erskine goes on Tuesday, because midweek baseball games can routinely take more than 3.5 hours.
That's
on
true.
night, so hopefully,
I told Todd one of us will be there. It likely won't be me, but somebody will be there on Tuesday.
Yeah, somebody's bound to be there for sure. And I'm sure Fish will be out there, and everybody in the local hoops community pretty much.
They're one of the only teams left. You get to see other teams, other basketball fans, other schools will rally around who's left, and that's the last home team left like this.
Well, and I know a lot of the Bluffton girls fans, went and cheered on Amira Brown and Beaufort last night or Friday night when they took out Bishop England.
It's awesome.
That was just last night?
That was last night.
Yeah.
That feels like 3 days ago, bro. So Beaufort now gets, we expected them to win these first two. Now they go to South Florence, which will be a really good test. And, I think obviously if you win this one, you're in the lower state finals, and that makes you, by definition, a state championship contender. You're in the Final Four. So they're right there, man. They're quality squad. Jania Hayward continues to just dominate. She was named Region Player of the Year. She had, I think, close to 30 last night.
That's what you were saying.
Beaufort's looking good.
They are a dynamite team.
I'm excited to see how they do in their next game. That's a always a talented South Florence squad that they'll have to go up against. But I think this Buford team could be different, especially by the way they've been blowing out opponents. I mean, they just have a lot more talent and just more consistency that we have compared to what we have seen even in like when Leah Warren was there. A couple of other these Buford teams. I'm just entirely impressed of what Reggie Jones has done for that Buford Eagles side. It's just I never got around to going out there. I wasn't gonna go out there on Friday, but I had USCB. So we'll see. Maybe they can take it all the way, and I'll be able to see them then. So we'll have to.
There you go. And we got a question from Teddy Sessions. What do y'all think about Carver's Bay? Well, Carver's Bay took care of Hardyville tonight, 70-31. Carver's Bay is quite good, and I think. Let's see. I think they got their next one without any trouble, but then they'll probably run into Bowman, and I think Carver's Bay Bowman is a really good matchup. So that's what I think about Carver's Bay. Carver's Bay good at everything, man. They're tough.
Solid football program as well.
Yeah, they make good athletes over there at Carver's Bay. They play hard, everything. But yeah, they took out Hardyville tonight. Good run for Hardyville boys. I think Coach Toomer did a tremendous job in his first year with that program, and sky's the limit. I mean, he's done it before with boys and girls at Ridgeland, and he's proven he's a Morehouse man. He's teaching them the right things, and that lead you to success in whatever you do, not just basketball. And he'll get them going. We got some 8th graders coming up that are going to be something. Like, I'm telling you, there's some 8th graders. Fish was out at the game the other night, and I was pointing out kids, and he goes, "He's in 8th grade. He's in 8th grade. He's in 8th grade. Oh my god!" And I was like, "Yeah. It's a pretty special group of kids. So, yeah, look out for Coach Biff and Coach Toomer in DeVille, and look out for track this spring for sure. We should have a good track squad. So, all right, hoops. High school hoops. Let's talk some USCB. The guys are up 20 with 7:08 left, so it looks like they are going to cruise through this one. The women with a dominant performance earlier tonight. Lydia Gattosi was on fire on senior night. She had 25. They were just having the times of their lives out there. Like they were just grinning and smiling and running up and down the floor.
Just culmination of what we've seen through the last 3 years of that program and how far that group has come. And shout out to some of my friends out there on the broadcast, one of my one of the workers there who I've gotten to know because I've worked with baseball and softball, and doing a good job over there. But Trip
Trip's killing the game. Trip is
awesome.
Tremendous.
A great guy, and I've really enjoyed working with him. A couple different areas, especially in baseball and softball. So he's done a great job over there on the call. And I'm very excited to just see how far this women's team can take this thing this year, because I think they have a great mix of talents, and Lydia Gattosi is really that heart and soul player, and you see that in a number of different ways. Unselfish player, but when they need to score and when she's willing to score, she is a tremendous scorer, especially close to the hoop. She can shoot it as well, and just a great leader of her teammates and a spectacular role model for the rest of this team. And I mean, exemplifies so many important attributes that you need to perform well out there. And it's cool to see Lydia and Kayvon Price get their kind of their own senior nights, because they've both meant instrumental, especially Lydia. And you look back at her missing that first season to an injury, and just the courage and also just the knowledge that she picked up from a season on the bench, and just watching them absorbing the system. And certainly she had some growing pains when she started her second year, but this season you're seeing the full Lydia Gattosi that we expected to see when we first heard about her coming in. And just what a tremendous contributor and difference maker to that team over these last full 3 years, and just seeing the hugs and the happiness and the celebrations after the game, after Lydia produced a tremendous effort in that last regular season home game, and you kind of get chills just be seeing
Yeah.
that this journey coming to an end now for her, and the strides that she has made as a person and as a player.
Yeah. I heard on the broadcast tonight that she plans to go to Carolina, South Carolina and Columbia,
Awesome.
Yeah.
and get a
Nice.
graduate degree in journalism and mass communication.
Fantastic.
There you go.
Sucker. Welcome to the club, sucker. But no, she'll be tremendous. She wants to be on air,
One of us.
So,
Very nice.
and she'll be good at that. She'll be really good at that. She already is. She does
Yeah.
the Sand Shark Show, which was born out of Gatozy on the Go, her little web series that she did.
Oh, nice.
She's terrific. She's
Great
awesome.
kid.
We're lucky to know her.
Yep.
And the USCB women, as you saw in those standings, are sitting in second place. Columbus State's going to win the league.
Yeah, they've already clinched it.
Right, but USCB trying to hold on to second. They got Augusta right on their heels and North Georgia, and we have to go to North Georgia next Saturday. So we still could be in play 2 through 4, depending on how that goes. But
Yeah,
as
a
long
lot
as
of
we
moving
win,
factors over
if
there.
we win, we're 2. Period.
It would be really nice against North Georgia. Of course, they beat them at home that first meeting where Janai had a big shot there at the end. But that should be a pretty fun rematch. Then you look at the men's standings of where they are now. So USCB about to move to 13-6 if they're able to close out this one against Clayton State, as they have a 20-point or so lead last
Yeah,
time.
they're up 93-74 with 5 minutes left.
Yeah, this seems, it's you can Sharpie it now. It's But yeah, they'll move to 13-6. We'll have to look out here is that the game that we're looking at is well, the Peach Belt scoreboard isn't working. We have to go to live stats, or at least it's not
you
working.
got to go to live stats. That's the only way.
Yes,
the Peach Belt scoreboard only shows you when they enter the final score.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, the game I'm really looking at here as I head over to some of the other teams in this Peach Belt. USCB right now sitting in this. So the USCB is 12-6. The team I'm really looking at right now is Georgia College, because they
won today.
They did win. Okay.
Yeah.
They beat Georgia Southwestern. That's a big win for them. So they still have 2 games left. They have Lander and Flagler.
Yeah,
of course,
Clayton State is in the Peach Belt, Javon. But Peach Belt does not sponsor football, so they play football in.
So Georgia College is 11-7. If the Sand Sharks win here, Georgia College would have to win their last 2 to match USCB's record of 13-7.
Right.
So they still have. So if USCB wins today, which they will, Georgia College will have to beat Lander and Flagler, both on the road,
and have USCB lose.
Yes. And USCB has to lose to North Georgia. If any of those things don't happen, the Sand Sharks.
That's the only way they don't host.
Yeah.
So it's definitely
pretty high probability, very high probability that both Sand Shark teams will be playing at home on Wednesday, March the 4th.
March 4th. Yep. Looking good for that. And still in play to go as high as number 2, I guess. Theoretically.
Yes, let's see, 12-6. Columbus State 13-5. North Georgia, obviously North Georgia. If they can beat North Georgia, they'll get at least 3rd in the conference.
Because we could get to 14 wins still.
We could get to 14. So yes, we could theoretically still finish 2nd. Everything else rolls out correctly. Columbus State, they still have Georgia and Georgia Southwestern. So we'll see what happens. Still possible, but most likely
Georgia Southwestern's no joke.
Yeah,
Georgia Southwestern's long.
I'd say most likely they'll finish 3rd or 4th. Which anytime you can finish top 4 in this conference, pretty big accomplishment to be able to get that first game. And remember the energy last year. Expect it to be packed and energetic again. Especially
it was.
We most likely going to get both at home. We only had the guys last year, and now we're
Right.
going to the girls and the
Now
guys.
we get the opening act.
Feeling it's going to be bananas in there.
Absolutely. Should be. I was going to look at what the heck? The last stats are a little behind. I was going to see who had all the points tonight. I know Paladugu was on fire earlier in the first half. He was
Trip
cooking.
Richards alongside Jeremy Orr.
Yeah, exactly.
The Sand Shark Gaming Network.
They're doing a terrific job.
They are.
As expected.
Team day staff as a whole, tremendous work. Everyone behind the scenes has done an outstanding job during basketball season, and it's been awesome to see everyone's contributions to making these broadcasts such a success.
Yeah.
Yes,
Live
indeed.
stats are behind. They're a good bit behind, but it's 95-78 with 3:24 left to go. In that
they would
one.
get a chance of hitting triple digits again here tonight, just like they did a couple
games.
games.
I mean, they should, unless they just take the air out of it.
Very well could, but regardless, they're going to get another win tonight and cap off the home schedule. What has been a tremendous year. They'll move to 13-6 in conference play, 19-8 overall. They'll have a chance to get to 20 wins in the regular season if they can beat North Georgia at North Georgia on next Saturday, which should be fun.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That'll be tough. Tough place to play up there. Good teams always, but a lot on the line on Saturday for USCB final regular season game of the season coming on Saturday, and then it sounds like we'll be at home on March the 4th for a couple. All right, so tomorrow we got some stuff out at the ball yard, right? Baseball and softball for USCB, and they were in action today.
Yeah,
and
tough
yesterday
one there for the Sand Sharks on the baseball side. They, the going back to the one on Friday, you kind of feel for Joe Turner, who was great for 2 innings, and then the rain came and he had to finish his night because of the rain delay, which is always tough because you have a pitcher that's going through the first couple of innings, and then you got to take him out because of the rain. That's always always tough to see, and then. That kind of lost momentum right there for USCB. And then today, I thought Ian battled. I thought Ian Barnes pitched very well. The problem is the offense just couldn't come through at the big moments. I believe it was the fourth inning. Yes, the fourth inning where the Sand Sharks load them up with no outs, pop up strikeout and a line out, and they don't score. And that's probably the ball game right there. If you're able to put up a couple of runs, it's a completely different game, and you come up empty. So that's tough to see. And then just give some credit to Augusta's pitcher today, Jatko, who went the distance, a complete game, 9 innings, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts. So
that's doing the thing.
Yeah, like he was the thorn in the St. Sharks offensive side today, and. Terrific showing for Jatko. We'll see if they can pick up that elusive first conference win tomorrow. 1:00 first pitch on a Sunday series, home series finale. We're starting to see some positive signs from the offense. Just today, it kind of plagued them at the inopportune time, especially in that fourth inning after they load the bases. But Luke Doty's been swinging it well. Had an extra base hit, had a double, drove and a run. But you just need to see more consistency from the guys that you need to produce. Give credit to Augusta, and they've got some players who can swing the bat. They hit 2 home runs today, one of them to the deepest part of the ballpark. So, yeah, this Augusta team's good. Most of this conference is very good, and wins are tough to come by. There's some talented teams around here, and in Peach Belt baseball, you've seen it the last couple of years now in this conference, but it's a grind, and there are no easy ones, except obviously Claflin is a level below most of other teams.
Yeah.
But other than them, it is
right. Everybody's pretty good, and there's not many easy ones. You try to just steal one every series, and maybe every now and then steal a series.
You need kind of feel like you need this one badly tomorrow. You don't want to start 0-6, especially having to go back on the road. You got to find a way to get one tomorrow. Just in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know,
I concur
Anthony,
as
to
well.
how you
For
get
sure.
one of those, but you definitely need one.
Just got to put all
And
the
then,
eggs in one in your basket. If you get a good lead, or if you're able to jump ahead, you gotta put all the chips on the table and try to win this
yep,
game. Yeah, as much as
yep.
you can.
But good day for softball, right?
Yes, USCB softball got a win. Max Araj, our good friend, was on the call. Internet's running a little slow tonight, but I'm trying to pull up the stats over
Yeah, it
there. But
looks like. Well, I don't see the scores for the Johnson C. Smith game, but we beat Virginia Union
this was
5-0.
it was
5-0. I saw you.
I believe 5-0 was correct. But
Yeah.
we have 14 tournaments, so you got 3 other teams coming in for the weekend. So it's kind of like a double round, or we're supposed to be a double round robin where each team plays each other twice, but we had some games postponed or wiped out
Gotcha.
with weather yesterday. So obviously not going to be able to get everything in. But
Madison Murphy was dealing today.
Murphy was dealing, and then the other stud that I will tell you about once I load the box score. But
Caitlin Boyette.
Yep, my Wi-Fi is. Come on, this Wi-Fi has just been gremlining me today.
Well, I got it in front of me if you want me to help you.
Yeah.
Caitlin Boyette was 4 for 4 with a double, a run, and 2 RBIs.
Wow.
What a performance.
Yep.
Maybe I'm bad. Maybe I'm bad.
And she had a stolen base.
Maybe I'm bad luck because the 2 games I called, they lost. So maybe I should stick to baseball, although they're losing too.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're bad luck, we don't want you anywhere. Yesterday, it was Catherine Conway who had the big day out of the leadoff spot. She went 4 for 4 with a run and 2 RBIs, and Chloe Turner hit a home run, had 3 ribbies. And then
Boy with a double.
Murphy was also the winner yesterday.
And then Ashley Grieser went 3 for 3 from the 8th spot in the lineup. So
nice.
And to my Whitlock, 3 players went batted 1,000 in their games in this game today. Tamaya, Boyette, and Ashley Grieser playing first. So good to see the offense churning the way it has. And of course, Murphy, I believe, gave up 2 hits. 2 hits through 7 and 10 strikeouts. So she was dealing
5. She was effectively wild.
Yes, I mean Virginia Union 0-5, so certainly they'll see better competition down the road. But right now, it's USCB sitting at 8-4 and looking to close out strong tomorrow. I'll check and see who they play, but one of these
looks like they play Virginia Union again tomorrow.
Okay, they play Virginia. I believe Pembroke.
I saw that. Yeah, Pembroke.
Oh yeah,
and
second
Virginia
time they play
Union tomorrow.
So,
okay.
Yep, I'll do it.
Only one of them's on the schedule.
Yep.
Then they got a busy week. Tuesday they got a doubleheader at Newberry. Wednesday they got a doubleheader at home against Coker. And then that's it, I guess, until next Tuesday. Yep. But they're staying busy.
Yeah, I mean the thing about softball is they don't start conference till March, whereas baseball is already deep into it. They already played 5 conference games, so
yeah, March 7th they will host Columbus State March 7th and 8th for the first conference games, and then they'll have Lander the following weekend. So I prefer their schedule, the way they ramp
I'm not
up
sure.
Conference play.
Yeah, I guess the
I'd rather not jump right in.
You have the double headers and the stuff. It's just a different look of the schedule in softball compared to baseball and how they work those schedules. So
any idea why that is? That does seem a little bit odd.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why that's the case.
Yeah, I don't know if it's sheerly the number
I
of
was saying
teams.
they're just playing Virginia Union tomorrow at 11, so I'm not even sure if they'll
that's
play
all it says on the schedule.
Pembroke again, so it looks like they'll just have that one game. They're supposed to play 6, they may just get 3 in with you're trying to get as many.
Had a lot of rain.
Had a lot of rain, but the best thing is you're right back at it on Tuesday and then Wednesday as well, and then you'll get a week off before your next game. So lots more softball to come, lots more baseball to come. I think baseball, as I said, they're home on Tuesday against Erskine for a midweek game. So they It's there've been some positive signs for baseball. I think the offense is better than they were a year ago, and I'm excited to see what Joe Turner and I feel bad that Turner didn't really able to have that chance to complete a start on Friday. I think if he stayed in, I mean, who knows what that game would have been like if he was continuing to pitch as well as he had. Um, and then just couldn't get the opportunistic offense going today. So we'll see if they can get it done tomorrow, and that would be a big time momentum boost if they can get that first conference win and then build some momentum from there in this first season for Brian Lewis.
All right. I think that's all the big local news. I think we're all caught up there. So we'll shout out Hudson Seafood House on the docks, one of our all-star or one of our Loco Booster Club sponsors and presenting sponsor of the Under the Bus podcast, our great show with Bob Stevens, Curry Kirkpatrick, and Rich Basirico, and sometimes me, and sometimes Wes behind the controls, sometimes Max even. But it's always a good time. The boys are on Thursday night. You can go check that out on the Loco Media YouTube channel. Under the Bus, presented by Hudson's Seafood House on the Docks, which is a great place for seafood, sunsets, and cocktails on Hilton Head Island, right on Skull Creek. Just a beautiful place to watch the sun go down, or come up for that matter. We also got Twinge and Twombly, our personal injury friends from Beaufort. If you need a personal injury attorney who has a rare name but provides remarkable service, call on Twinge and Twombly up in Beaufort. Great name. We've also got HHI Windows and Doors. Coach Barron from Hilton Head Prep has hung up his whistle and he's focused on a new kind of screens, improving your view of the Loco at HHI Windows and Doors. Big shout out to Reverence Wrestling Club, our official wrestling sponsor and presenting sponsor of the Loco Grind. I know that Blake was stalking around up at the Florence Center watching wrestling all weekend and supporting the Loco kids and especially the kids who train at his club. So shout out to Reverence Wrestling Club, and you guys, if you didn't get to the top of the podium, get to Reverence at least a couple times a month in the off season.
This is when the off season grind begins.
Maybe next year.
You put in the
Don't
work.
let that hunger subside.
Yeah, you put in the work during the summer, and then into the fall, and then once winter comes, you're energetic. You're ready to get back to it and move from there. So, we have a final from USC 105, Clayton State 82. Big time.
That'll do, Pig. Sand Sharks roll.
For sure, that'll do, Pig.
Just saw a high five between Tripp and Jo. So good night for the Sand Sharks. 2 scoops on senior night. And our final sponsor, Jay's Barbershop, the place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. And we had our friend Jason Alfonso chipping in earlier in the comments from Jay's Barbershop. Go see him and get your hair cut. You might run into One Time or Tony O'Banner or any other number of Loco celebrities who get their hair cut over at Jay's Barbershop. All right, boys. Parting thoughts. Marcus Walsh, you're up first.
Got a couple of quick ones. First off, I want to say about Sean McNulty. That dude is just an animal. I mean, I remember seeing him certainly on the football field at May River, and certainly what he does on the wrestling mat as well. He is an absolute animal. Congrats to everybody involved in the state tournament there the last couple of days. And
good story on McNulty.
Thanks to you, JJ, for filling us in too.
Yeah, man. Good story on McNulty that Coach Powell shared on the Loco Grind last week is that, he had a kind of a health scare and wasn't sure. It kind of messed him up during football season, and he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to wrestle. And then he got to go ahead and ended up having a terrific season, finishing 4th at state and clinching the state championship dual win. So, yeah, very cool for him.
Good stuff. The other thing that I wanted to mention was that typically it was done last week yearly, but today the official, the unofficial top 16 teams for March Madness were selected. And this is the way things look at the moment. In the Midwest, Michigan is your number 1 seed, Houston is your number 2, Florida is 3, and Virginia is 4. In the East, Duke is the number 1 seed, Illinois is the 2 seed, Kansas the 3, who just lost to Cincinnati by 16 today, by the way. And then Vanderbilt is 4. In the West, Arizona's the 1 seed, Purdue the 2, Gonzaga the 3, and the Michigan State Spartans are 4. And in the South, Iowa State is the number 1 seed, UConn is the 2, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, who have been a surprise of Division I men's college basketball this
Yes.
season. They are the 3 seed, and the Texas Tech Red Raiders are 4, but they lost Toppin the other day, and
Yeah.
he's going to be out possibly until the tournament, if not longer. That could very well be a big loss for them. So just to get everybody's appetite going for March
Yeah.
Madness, it is right around the corner.
I'm way over bracketology and all this because, like, what's the point? It's
It
an
could
incomplete.
change,
It's an incomplete
Tuesday.
data set.
Yeah.
Like, so what's the point of stacking them up now
Things
when
are
that's
so
not?
volatile. I mean, how many times do they actually get it close? I mean, sometimes
You
they
could.
will, but
I
like
mean,
we don't have
projecting
all the
which teams are
information.
in or
Yeah,
out is one thing, but the seeding and all that's too much.
yeah. I mean, I understand why that you go with the top 4 just to give the fans a taste of what
Right.
you're going to see in a couple
What
of
it
weeks.
would be
It
now.
I love it.
Yeah,
builds the
people love that crap.
Selection Sunday.
I'm over it.
So, yeah.
But before we go away from you, Marcus Walsh, Javon wants to know: did you hear what got that fan ejected tonight?
I heard possibly a couple of things. There was a fan, I think it was the 4th quarter,
Is this
that was escorted out of the Darlington Bluffton game. I was actually right behind kind of the scores table where there was enough seating, was actually closer to the Darlington bench, and right across the way I saw that fan getting thrown out. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I think it was either, possibly alcohol or some sort of
Well, Javon definitely
paraphernalia,
heard it. So
whatever.
Okay, we'll have to get the scoop off air, I guess. About
Sure.
Well, Max
about
coming
what
in very late, right at the end.
Max sliding in the back door just in time for parting thoughts. What's up, buddy?
Yeah. Oh, doing good. Just got done over at the Cove. USCB getting the
By the
105.
way, we talked about the USCB game, but the game I want to ask about was the other game that you did at the end. I want to hear about that game.
Yeah, so obviously day 2 of the Sandshark Invitational for softball. Of course, USCB picking up a win in game 2 of 3 games today over Virginia Union. They now have 27 runs through their 3 games in this invitational tournament. So really impressive for the Sandsharks this weekend. Madison Murphy's been fantastic in her 2 outings for the Sandsharks. But the third game we had following that Virginia Union USCB game was Virginia Union and UNC Pembroke, and boy, was it a doozy. Back and forth battle for the first 3 innings. Virginia Union got up big, 14-9 at one point, and then going into the 7th, it was a 14-9 ball game, and UNC Pembroke came all the way back to walk it off in the 7th for a 15-14 win.
Wow.
By the way, if Virginia Union would have held on, that would have been their first win on the season. So that is a tough way to lose a ball game and lose your chance of your first win if you're Virginia Union. But they'll have a chance tomorrow as they play tomorrow morning, I believe, against USCB for a second time. So, yeah, just a really fun watching game. Of course, most of the production crew had left and gone on to the Cove to get ready for senior night, which was a fantastic atmosphere tonight over in the Cove. Lydia Gattosi, what a night for her on senior night. I believe she had 28 points, something 25. Like that. And then the boys' game was a dunk fest. And if you watch it back, you'll see. Yeah. I don't know how many dunks they had, but they had a lot. It was
right
Dunk
out
City.
of the gate, like 4 or 5 right out of the gate.
Yeah, Dunk City in the Cove tonight.
I heard. I was watching the broadcast, and
huge alley-oop by Dominic Easton.
Trip Richards just almost broke my earbuds by how loud he was screaming at one of I think.
Dude, it was a great atmosphere in there tonight.
And then he gave a warning.
Yeah, Yeah,
After he screamed at us.
a couple big time dunks from Dominic Eason, a massive alley-oop by Dominic Eason. Kev Price getting a dunk on his senior night, which was always fun to
Lewis
watch.
threw
And
a
of
couple
course,
down.
yeah, Kev Price, of course, on senior night. What a moment for him. What a career he's had at USCB over the last few years. It's been really fun to watch. But yeah, a great night over at the Cove. And then I guess my other part and thought is I did see this earlier this week. Obviously, college baseball has just started.
Mhm.
I'm sure maybe some of you fellas may have seen it. High Point had a baseball game earlier this week. And I don't know if you saw the score. I don't remember exactly who they were playing, but it was on their official account, so I know it was official. They won a college baseball game. You ready?
Getting gremlins here.
51-2.
What?
What?
Yeah, 51-2.
That doesn't need to
How?
happen.
It
What?
doesn't need to happen, but it
That's
did.
insane.
Am I the one who
Yeah.
is not getting a signal, or is Max?
Yeah, you must be. We can hear you.
We can hear
Okay.
you loud and clear, Wes.
Oh,
Max
okay.
and Marcus's signals both
Yeah,
went
we
out at the
hear
same
you.
time.
No, we hear you.
We
It's
got
you.
you, Wes.
Yeah,
It's
we got you.
It's you.
It's
Hi.
you.
You're the problem. It's you.
Yep, it's him, and he's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did see that earlier this week. So
Oh,
obviously,
it was the club team.
was it their club team? I thought it was their I
Yeah.
thought it was their main team. I thought it was on their
No.
main channel.
It was their club team.
But still, that's kind of
Okay,
unnecessary anyway. Still unnecessary. But nonetheless, I
Very.
did see that score. And of course, college baseball's in full swing. So I just thought that was High Point's team. But yeah, I guess it was their club team. Still unnecessary. Anyway.
No kidding.
That's
Yeah, that's it for me.
terrible. That
Obviously,
shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
yeah,
Horrible.
it happened. Obviously, Marcus mentioned the massive upset of Cincinnati beating Kansas today. I saw that before, and I was like, it wasn't even close either. Like, that was just a terrible performance by Kansas. And as a Mizzou fan and Justin Jarrett, I'm sure he is loving every bit of it.
Ian Eagle
team.
and Bill Raftery had the call that game on CBS.
Oh, God.
And
Yeah.
to do the best Bill Raftery impression that I can do right now, Cincinnati sure had some onions.
Yeah,
Onions.
right, exactly.
Onions.
All right. Well, that's unfortunately my phone's about to die, so those are going to be my parting thoughts. Thought I'd chime in after the USCB games. A lot of action tomorrow. Game 3 for USCB baseball against Augusta.
Yeah.
Tough loss for them today. Ian Barnes pitched really well. Just the bullpen didn't help out today. And honestly, I think USCB may have had a win in the bag last night had it not been for a weather delay, because Joe Turner was pitching absolutely fantastic. So they'll come in tomorrow. They're 0-5 in conference play now, so trying to get their first conference win of the season. They'll try to do it tomorrow afternoon at 1:00. Of course, I assume, Wes Kerr, you will be on the call for that.
Yes, I will.
And then, of course, we have softball. I believe we have 3 more games of softball tomorrow at 11, at 1, and 3, I believe. So a crazy day over at Richard Gray Sports Complex tomorrow. And then get ready for the start of next week. Of course,
more high school basketball playoffs.
Yeah, more high school basketball playoffs, of course. Yep. Bluffton going to be hosting Wilson this next week. And by the way, I had mentioned in the group chat, I have a lot of high hopes for the Bluffton team, and the reason is I saw that score of the Hilton Head Wilson game, and I just said, man, if Hilton Head can fight with Wilson and make it a somewhat of a ball game, I have a little bit of hope for Wilson in that game. So those are my thoughts. Thought I'd share them with you guys and get out of here so I can get home, and I'll see you guys probably on Monday or Tuesday night.
All right, safe travels, buddy. Be well.
All right, see you guys.
All right, Wes. Let's see if we can keep you logged in long enough to.
Well, I think the problem is I tried twice. I was sharing a screen because I was going to show something, and both times, so I'll have to just tell you what happened. But I'm not sure if this was Max's parting thought. He mentioned something about college baseball, but I don't know if this was it. But
he was talking about High Point University's club baseball team beating North Carolina Central 51-2.
Oh wow, that is crazy. But that's actually different than what I actually have a different parting thought
Okay.
regarding college baseball. It actually happened the opening weekend last weekend, but I just never came around to talking about it. But an unbelievable performance from Baylor's Tice Armstrong, who hit not
Yeah.
just one, not just two, but 3 grand slams in a
What?
single game. 3
Woof.
grand slams in
Yeah.
one game
2 in
against
an
New
inning,
Mexico
right?
State. I'm not sure if how many were if there were any in one same inning, but uh, yeah.
Wow.
And actually, the crazy thing is, it wasn't the first time it happened in college baseball. There was I'm trying to find the, but I heard, yeah, he was the second college player ever with 3 grand slams in a game. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy that
Wow.
it wasn't the first. Um,
Right.
yep.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
craziest
okay,
part.
Louisville's Jim LaFountain, in 1976 against Western
Whoa.
Kentucky was the only other time a player hit 3
Wow.
grand slams in one game. So,
How
um,
about that?
I remember
How
Josh
about that?
Naylor hit 2 against the Chicago White Sox in, I want to say it was 2024. Just, I know that's obviously major leagues, but 3 in a game.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
crazy.
and then,
2 in an inning, right? Weren't 2 of them in the same inning? I thought I heard that. I
yeah,
could be wrong.
well,
Um,
I
on
have
that
another
same note, yeah, go ahead.
parting thought. Once again, if it actually, um, my internet has been just
Yeah, we get it.
completely in and out today. I don't know why, but I'm trying to pull up another piece of news that I just saw. I can pull it up. Yes. One of the greatest heroes in World Series history passed away. Bill Mazeroski, who hit the
Oh
walk-off
man,
home run in Game 7
that's
in 1960 for the Pittsburgh Pirates,
yeah.
just passed away from what I have learned. Someone in the folklore of baseball history forever. I mean, that's what everybody wants to
Yeah.
do, hit a home run in Game 7 of the World Series.
Yeah.
And
Maz.
yeah, Maz, the hero for the Pittsburgh Pirates back in 1960, has unfortunately passed away.
R.I.P. Maz.
Yes, indeed.
Pirates haven't done anything since. It's been a
No.
long time.
Yeah.
They're gonna be good this year, I think,
Yeah.
but unless they trade everybody at the deadline,
They still have
they
to worry
might.
about your Cubs.
They do. They do. And we
Bunch
got
of other
Alex
teams.
Bregman in tow now. So kind of piggybacking off the 51-2 thing and the 3 grand slams. Oklahoma softball. I don't know if you guys saw this the other day, but they played UTEP at UTEP. They went out to, which is an incredible setting. It's in the mountains in El Paso. It looks really cool. Out in the West Texas town of El
Always see
Paso.
it when I'm watching the Sun Bowl on CBS.
Yeah, it looks
Those
gorgeous.
mountains. Looks great.
But Oklahoma drilled them in softball 34-0.
Oh my!
Totally unnecessary. It was already 20-0 through 3, and then Oklahoma didn't score in the 4th, and then scored 14 in the 5th.
Here's the thing: I've called a lot of
Wow.
college baseball, and when teams have gone ahead by 10+ runs, the
just
common
walk
thing to do
off.
is to call pinch hitters on to your lineup. And,
Right.
yeah.
Sure. And
Yeah.
they may have done that. I'm gonna look at the box score here. Yeah, I mean they played a lot of kids,
Right.
no doubt. But like you can also, I've seen this a lot in softball. When you get a real big lead like that, you just walk off the bases. Like
Yeah.
you don't make your kids make outs and affect their batting average, but you just walk off the bases. You don't have to keep hitting. You don't have to get 25 hits, like that's a little excessive. So I didn't like that much, but I already not a big OU softball fan. I think they have an unfair advantage playing the national
College World
championship in their
Series,
hometown every
yeah.
year.
It's
I
College
think
World
it's an
Series.
unfair recruiting advantage. But down with OU softball, but they did beat UTEP 34-0, which is just bananas.
Yep, they're
Insane.
the Steelers.
And then
It
more
was a
fun with
softball
crazy
game. It was
numbers.
not a football game that broke
Right.
No,
And more crazy numbers for you. They had 2 grand slams in that game, by the way. One more crazy number for you. I saw earlier today that Erskine started the season, their men's basketball team, with 55 players listed on the roster. They are now down to 45 players. They've shedded 11. Do you want to take a guess at their record? They've played 24 games. 24 games. What do you think their record is?
23-1.
0-24.
What?
I'm not kidding.
Is that real? I got.
They are 0-24. They have at one time they had 55 players listed on the roster. They now have 44.
Oh my!
Some people are being sold a bill of goods.
What in the world is going on over there?
That is absolutely wild.
Oh my! 0-24, 0-19 in conference play. They nearly got Lise McCray. They lost by 1. They have 2
almost
more games
got
left.
Emmanuel 6-point defeat. But I mean, you can count on one hand the number of games. Oh, they lost to Francis Marion by 2. But you can still count on one hand the number of games decided in single digits. Like
it's like the 2008 Lions. They had so many close games that they just couldn't win them.
Right.
That's rough. 0-24 with 55 players on the roster. It's rough.
Yeah, that is.
Yikes.
Yeah. Well,
send in the dogs.
They might see a little turnover next year, I might suspect. But on that note, boys, good show tonight. I was able to power through. Hope I mostly made sense in my tired stupor. But good show tonight. You guys sounded good. We told the people a lot of things about what's happening on the LowcoSports scene. So thanks to all of our sponsors for making it possible, and thanks to all of you for showing up to listen or watch. Thanks to Marcus Walsh and Wes Kerr. For those guys, I'm Justin Jarrett. Till next time, go Loco.